welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Cilla. This is going to be my third layout for Collection Obsession. And as you can see, my desk is a little bit chaotic because, well, this is kind of where I left off the last time I finished scrapbooking, and I was trying to set myself up to be prepared to work on the next layout. And this past week has just been crazy. I mean, crazy on several different fronts. So I thought I would come on here and we're going to work on a layout, but I just wanted to talk about those things that steal your creativity. And I'm going to tell it from my perspective and what happened this week, and see if any of this resonates with you, and let's see if we can figure out a way to kind of get around it. So this is a little unfair because I talked to my husband about this last night, and I am an inward processor, and by the time I typically talk about it, I've already found some solutions that I think will work for me. That's how, and I keep fiddling with the camera because I have a cord attached because I let my phone die. I know I'm cool that way, but, and so this on the right side, it just kind of keeps listing toward the cord. I apologize. But I'd already talked to my husband about it, and I had already kind of started working through what I thought would help me combat the blahs. So I finished my last layout, super happy with it. I knew this coming work week was going to be a challenge because I only have 3 clerks. I had 1 clerk on leave, and a training class that we had been trying to get my new clerk in suddenly became available. So I had to scramble, redo the schedules, get him sent off to training, and that just left me and 1 clerk. So that meant I had to get up at 4 o'clock every day. And I'm old, people. That I don't like 4 o'clock anymore. I used to like it, but I don't anymore. My body wants to keep sleeping. So I have to fight that. And I get to work, and the morning portion of working at the post office is very, very physical. Very physical. You're rolling around a lot of equipment. You're dumping out a lot of equipment. You are scanning packages one at a time to get them arrived into the unit. There's big bundles of magazines that have to be distributed. It's a lot of really physical work, and I did it by myself all week long. So I wanted to kind of lay the groundwork. Why? When I would come home in the evenings, I was just wiped. And my husband and I have made a new commitment to each other to try to stop eating out so much and to cook more meals at home. Well, this was not the week for that. I'm just going to say. Well, we did it. We made it through it. We cooked our meals. We also poured some bowls of cereal. I'm not going to lie. I just was not in the mood. It was hot. I wasn't in the mood to cook. I wasn't in the mood to think about cooking. I didn't feel like I had brain cells left to spend on trying to figure out dinner. So we made it through it, thank God. And that brings us up to last night. And I came, got off work, came upstairs because I just wanted to be determined to do something. And I sat down at my desk. Excuse me. I sat down at my desk. My husband came up to sit with me, and I told him, I said, my brain feels like mush. I feel like I could stare at a wall and drool and not be concerned. I don't have anything left in me. And so, you know, we were teasing and joking back and forth about that, but that for me, so, you know, we're talking about any kind of challenges that happen to your schedule. You know, relationship issues can affect your creativity, and the list can be a mile long of impacts that happen to us. Some of them are within our control and some of them are not. And how we roll with that and to maintain our hobby, because it's supposed to be for fun. And I don't want to ever feel like, excuse me, that I have to come up here and force myself to do something. I want to. I love this. I love playing with paper. I love the collection I'm playing with. And I really genuinely want to be up here making. So, here's what I thought, which is very simplistic. I had already printed out the August page maps. Sorry, I didn't realize that was there. This is some leftovers that I was playing with from a RTS swap, a Love RTS swap for August. It's the main monthly swap. And that was some leftovers I had, and I was just playing with those. It reminds me of fall, and I'm beginning to get that feeling, you know. Ooh, can't wait for fall. So, yeah, that makes me excited. Anyway, so I thought, you know, let's just look at a sketch, look at the structure of it, find out what draws my attention to a sketch, and let's see if that ignites some interest and desire to play. So as I was looking at this, you know, I've kind of played with this one on my last, and one of the things that I really noticed on this series of sketches is that there's a lot of band components. So this is a band, this is a band, this is a band, this is a band. This is a large block, but could be considered a band. This is a band. Another large block that goes over 2 pages. These could be considered bands. This is a band. This is a band. You know, there's a lot of the band component. And, excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat this morning. Anyway, I love the L design. That is my natural, if I don't have a sketch to go off of and I'm playing and just, my paper just happens to fall that way and I'm like, oh, that looks lovely, because I love the L design. And I gravitate toward that over and over again. So this one is an L design. But what draws me today, or what captures my interest, honestly, I think this is going to surprise you because it surprised me. It's the small details. So this layout is drawing my attention because it's those small little details. The washi on the cut apart. These small little banner strips. This little, looks like border punched scallop strip. It's those small details that I'm just like, oh, that looks interesting to me. So this is the layout, is the sketch I'm going to play with. And I'm going to create a 12 by 12 layout from this 8.5 by 11 vertical sketch. Is it going to look exactly like that? No, probably not. Next, I wanted to talk about my favorite cream colored cardstock. So I was introduced to this cardstock from the scrap room way back in 2018. It is Basil Cream Puff. It is the perfect in between white and cream. Perfect, in my opinion. Let me put that as a qualifier. This is simply my opinion. So I like that it has the texture, and I love the color of it because it's not too creamy and it's not too bright. And look, playing it off of this one, look how well they blend. I love that. So the scrap room will use walnut cream and cream puff, excuse me, quite a bit. And every time I go to the Joann sales that they do, like 10 sheets for $2, I pick up some of this because I love it. And I have quite a bit of a stockpile of it. I don't want to ever run out of this. I love this cream puff. So this is going to feature in this layout somewhere. And I wanted to show you that, including this one, this background sheet, I still have all of this paper left from the collection. Now the design, this is not designed to bash a collection, but I still have a lot. I still have 13 sheets of full 12 by 12 cardstock. But I also have all of these scraps that I don't know why, but scraps capture my interest. They do. I'm a little intimidated by full sheets, and when I see scraps, I see possibilities. So I'm challenged today to get something done, so I'm kind of wanting to play with scraps, and that's okay. It's my layout, it's my room, it's my paper. I'm going to do what I want. How about that? All right, I'm trying to situate this to make sure that we can see it. Still playing with scraps, going with the band design. I laid these down. I feel like they need to be cut down just a little bit, but I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. And I think we're going to use this formatting photos. And oh, by the way, I don't even have, at this moment, I don't have a clue what photos I'm going to be scrapbooking. I don't know. And it's okay. But anyway, I like this. So I think I'm going to cut this down just a bit because I really want this yellow featuring instead of this white. So I'm going to cut that down for sure. And I'm going to cut this down just a smidgen. I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. So this is the same piece of cardstock with the branding strip. And this is the orientation that it was designed. I've just turned it a quarter turn like this because I wanted this side element here in my design. And I wanted to be able to have the not really matchy-matchy because these are smaller scale of these designs, but I wanted it to peek out on this side to create a little bit of this kind of border like this right here. So that's where I'm heading. I wanted to be able to show y'all that I used my base a little differently. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, but isn't that pretty too? It's just a little busy. It's a little busy, and I'm not ready for busy today. And even as I'm putting this down, I'm needing some of that calm. It's just kind of where my spirit is and my head is right now. There are times that a super busy layout is, I love it. I love looking at it. I love looking at all the details. And today I'm just not there. And I hadn't really paid attention to how much my mood impacts what I'm scrapping until recently, until I've gotten so much older. So the photos on this one, this layout, so it has this journaling card sticking out here. It has the there's a decorative journaling card, and then you've got journaling down here, your title, and it's a single photo layout. I think because I've got the width of the 12 by 12 instead of 8.5, that I can do a couple of photos and my journaling card and still keep it kind of linear looking. That's my goal. So let me grab a doily. Let me grab a doily and then think about how I want to do that. So there's my doily, and I think I've already made a decision how I want to do that linear bit. So it looks like it's about 1 inch smaller than the 11 length. So we're going to go 1 inch down from the 12 inch. And we're going to create this about 4 inches. Let's go 4.5. And we're going to cut 1 inch off the length. So this is kind of tucked here, here. I got schmutz on my, okay, so that, I'm liking this. I'm just gonna, I keep photos up here. I'm just gonna see if I have some vertical photos that I can play with real quick like. This I should have done a long time ago, but I didn't. I take a lot of horizontal photos. I just do. So this is Tucker. It's a horizontal photo, and these are from when we went camping in Grundy Provincial Park at Grundy Lake. And this is Tucker's family. Think no, I'm trying to decide if that's what the direction I want to go. You know, maybe this one. We just might do this one because this was my youngest son's 6th grade prom. Yes, it's every bit as ridiculous as it sounds. They had a 6th grade prom, been doing it for years. And this was the mother, son, father, daughter dance. We're just going to do a single layout, a single photo. Those back right there. Okay, we've got that decided, and I think because I have these journaling cards that come with this, I want one. We could do sweet, but I really want those petite flowers. Do this down here for journaling. I'm hoping I have one that has that. Kind of like that one too. There's those petite flowers, but I want more of the yellow. I like that too. It says joy. That may be the one. So we may just do that. I like that. And I like this. I like bringing this dark blue here. It makes more of a punch. This is a scrap. Let's just layer and see how that makes me feel. We'll see. Okay, so now we have these banner pieces. So I've got a die cut banner piece here. We need to be able to put a title. We're going to bump this up just a bit. I want joy to be visible. Okay, I've got some ideas forming about how I want this to come together. I'll be right back. I think I'm finished. I think I'm finished. I can't think of anything else I want to add to it, and I don't want to do too much. So as far as finishing touches, I added some stickers and some enamel dots. Stickers here in this corner. This is a sticker. It's a label sticker, but I wanted to add it to kind of bring in more of this taupey look. I got some wrinkled seam binding. This is 100% Kelly Pyron's fault. I'm just saying. She was using it on her layouts. I liked it. Suddenly it's in my inventory. And more enamel dots down here. This sticker, a frame around here, and then this is chipboard. That is my title. So we're going to call this one done. It makes me happy that I was able to create, that I was kind of able to work myself out of that funk. And I'm just kind of reading to make sure that there's not any weird letter word juxtapositions, because on my last layout I had someone comment on the YouTube channel, which was, I cracked up. It said hello friend and then F you, because I was supposed to say fun, but it didn't have the N. So that's covered up now. You know, once somebody points something out like that, you can't unsee it. So that's fixed. It's all fixed. I'll go back, I'll do my journaling, and we are going to call this one In the Books. Layout 3 is complete. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a good week. And if you're in a funk or have experienced being in just a blah period of low creativity, I'd love to hear your tips and suggestions of how you work your way out of it. We will chat again soon. Bye-bye.